17 millimeter socket with a swivel head ratchet and get to this upper bolt on the mount. This is on the back side of the engine by the firewall. We're going to grab that bolt, see if we can unthread that a little bit. And ours is still in there a little bit. Let's go back and put the ratchet back on it. Just spin this out by hand. Try and work that bolt out. We have this main rear mount bracket on the back. There's three 17 millimeter bolts. This middle one on ours was already loose. So we're simply going to grab that and spin that out. And we'll go ahead and go to the bottom bolt here and we'll loosen this one. I'm going to go for our bolt up top. Get a ratchet on there. See if we can loosen that. There we go. Let's go ahead and loosen and remove this bolt. Let's grab this bracket and try and work this up and away using our 14 millimeter socket and our breaker bar here. Let's get and loosen this bolt. And we're going to remove the two spring bolts on our exhaust pipe meeting up to our exhaust manifold using a 12 millimeter socket and extension. What we're now going to do is remove this rubber hanger off of our exhaust bracket right here. We also have a jack underneath the exhaust to support it. So if you're using jack stands, go ahead and use your jack to support the exhaust. That way when you unhook this, the whole exhaust system doesn't fall down on you. Go ahead and work that hanger off. And swing that off to the side. Now let's go ahead and slowly lower the exhaust. Be careful you don't have a lot of tension on your oxygen sensor wire right here. We're just going to pop that wire out of the harness on the side, just a little plastic clip. That's going to allow us to slide the exhaust over to the side a little bit and get to this middle bolt in the cross member. Go ahead, loosen and remove this center bolt here. And then we'll go ahead and finish removing the side bolt right here. The longer bolt comes out on the passenger side hole. The shorter bolt goes up through the middle and up into the mount. We have our third and last bolt right here to go ahead and remove. Our sway bar is in the way. We can't get a clear shot on that with our socket. So what we're going to do is loosen the sway bar bushing bolts. Hopefully that'll give us some adjustability or space in here with this sway bar so we can get a socket and extension up here. 2 bolts here. Now we can go ahead and swing the sway bar down and away. Give us direct access to that bolt. Let's go ahead, loosen and remove it. So we have the bracket loose and we have the mount loose. I'm just going to try and move these components around. Here we go. Pull our mount out and feed our mount up. Get that up in a position. Okay, we have our main mount up into position. I'm going to take our longer bolt, feed this up into here. I'm going to reach up and around, and we're going to start that by hand. And once I get that bolt started, a few threads, I'll go ahead and get the middle one installed. And once we have that one caught, we'll go ahead and install our third one here. And let's go ahead and snug these down. Go ahead and torque these down to 43 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and start installing our bracket bolts here. Just going to get these started by hand first. Not going to snug these down yet. Want to make sure that we have full adjustability or have a little bit of play in this bracket to get all of our bolts in. Now our mount and our bracket hole are not lining up. They're just off a little bit. We're going to use a pry bar between the cross member and the mount, and we can actually lift this up just a little bit. Line this up. Get the bolt ready to go in. Pry a little bit, and the bolt pops right in. We're going to ratchet up in there, and we'll go ahead and snug this bolt down. Let's go ahead and torque down these bolts to 47 foot-pounds. And go ahead and repeat for the rest of the bolts. Go ahead and push our sway bar back up in a position. And let's get all of our bolts started. Once we get these in, I'm going to go ahead and snug those down. I'm going to go ahead and raise our exhaust jack. I should swing the exhaust over a little bit to where it's supposed to be. And we're just going to get our hanger lined up. Line that up and get that hanger hung there. It's safe to remove your exhaust jack now. Don't forget to get your exhaust O2 sensor wire back up in that clip right there. Just going to install our exhaust to our exhaust manifold. And get those bolts lined up and start threading those in. Once you get one caught, go ahead and grab the other one. Feed that up and in. Once that's on there, we'll go ahead and snug those down.